there's a thin line. There's a thin line between prudency and fear. Something that I've noticed, especially in these prepper movements, prepper communities, is that especially when it's a community based upon, claiming to be based upon the Word of God, Word of Yah, and Christ, being saved by Christ, right? Because ultimately that's what they claim to be, and that should be the center of everything that we do everything upon, right? But there is a thin line that I've noticed between, that is crossed very easily and very often, and often land on the side of fear more than the side of prudency, and a prudency that's being led by the Spirit of God. Okay, very thin line between being prudent and being wise in what the Spirit moves you to do, and landing on the side of fear, which is where you open the doors for spirits of fear, which is not of God, not of Yah, to influence you to operate under those parameters, under those fundamentals of fear, rather than prudency, rather than faith, right? Which is what we should be operating upon. We should be operating upon the Spirit of the Father in faith, right? And that's when the prudency will come in. But there is only so much that you can do. There is only so much that you can do as far as preparedness goes, as far as being prepared for XYZ. Okay, there's only so much that you can do before you meet the line where you're either continuing to be prudent and continue to have faith that the Father will supply for the rest that you cannot, that you can't do without landing over that line of fear, and that's something that we need to recognize. We need to recognize once we get into that point, to that line, where if we take one more step forward, we're doing it out of our own will, because that may very well be a line that the Father has put there on purpose, because He wants you to have faith that He will do the things that you cannot do without falling in fear. You see? So that is a message of the day. Scrutinize your heart today. If you so-called yourself to be a prepper, so-called yourself to be a man of God first and foremost, a man of integrity in front of the eyes of the Messiah, scrutinize your heart today and ask yourself, am I acting upon the Spirit of God, upon faith on the Spirit of God that can supply my every need, that will not leave me out to dry? Or am I operating out of my own will, and I have allowed a spirit of fear to navigate me in this journey of mine? Okay, bless you guys.